¿Qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos una vez más a Mad Crypto. El día de hoy tenemos a un invitado especial. Tenemos a Harold de Bifrost, un proyecto que planea hacer una Parachain. De hecho, está ahora compitiendo para tener la Parachain en la subasta que está corriendo actualmente de la quinta Parachain. Y bueno, tenemos algunas preguntas que nos cuente el proyecto, las recompensas y todo lo que va a tener. Vamos a hacerla en inglés y les voy a dejar los subtítulos en la parte de abajo, amigos. Y ahora sí, hi Harold, how are you? Very nice to have you here. How's your day going?
Hi, hello, Matt. Right, my name is Tyrone from Bifrost, and I'm the Bifrost product manager. And very pleasure to meet you and have this interview to answer some question about Bifrost and this Parachain bidding.
Yes, definitely. We have some questions. I know a bunch of people that follow me that watch my videos have apported some Kusama to the crowd loan. So I
Yeah.
have some basic questions, and then we can go getting more advanced. But the first thing I wanted to ask you is, what is Bifrost?
Right. Cool. Yeah, Bifrost is a substrate-based DeFi protocol to provide staking liquidity for different power chains, and especially in Polkadot ecosystem. And it's committed to become an infrastructure for pledged assets to provide liquidity and derivative. It has launched derivative V token for staking and Polkadot Parachain slot auction, which is the SLP protocol, which we are using now for the Kusama Parachain auction. And we have obtained about $2 million in fundraising from NGC, SNC, and DFG, etc., and other institutions such as a Web3 Foundation grant, and it's also a member of Substrate Builders Program and Web3 Bootcamp. Yes, thanks. That's a brief introduction.
Nice. So what would you say is the main goal of Bifrost?
All right. Yeah. Actually, we want to be derivative infrastructure in Polkadot, as I said, to utilize the cross-chain feature of Polkadot to connect with other or external blockchains such as Polygon, Ethereum, and Cardano, or such of them, and accumulate different assets in Polkadot ecosystem from external blockchains. So in 2021, past 2 quarters, we went live our first product VETH, which is the voucher Ethereum 2.0. That's especially for the Ethereum 2.0 staking liquidity that Bifrost has successfully minted 18,000 VETH before the midnight launch, and the current market value of VETH has exceeded $60 million US, and this will be definitely taking to Polkadot Parachain ecosystem as soon as Bifrost becomes a Parachain.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So they will be able to bridge the Ethereum really quick to Polkadot.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. And well, I think you answered a little bit, but Bifrost is not going to work only with Kusama, right? It's many blockchains.
Yeah, not only limited in Kusama. And yeah, Bifrost is a DeFi protocol. So as a DeFi infrastructure, the sooner we deploy our dApp and derivatives, and the sooner the derivative market in Polkadot can be established, right? So we choose to deploy Kusama first, and then the Polkadot second. And that's also follow the routine of the development of Polkadot ecosystem. The first Kusama and the second Polkadot Parachains, as well as other projects. But the difference is the Bifrost haven't released a Canary network, which is the priori network in Kusama. Because in considering about the liquidity of derivatives in the future, the Midnight and the Canary network, these two networks will disperse the liquidity. So after we consider this like a wrong way for DeFi derivative liquidity. So we choose only deploy or main network on Kusama and then transfer it to the Polkadot. So only a main network.
Okay,
There's no
okay.
there's no Canary network.
Nice. Good to know because some people have that question and that you
Yeah.
talk about because the liquidity could spread between the both chains. That's interesting to know. And you talked about the BIT tokens, right? So people can deposit Kusama dot Ethereum and they get BIT tokens. What can people do with those tokens?
Yeah. Uh, uh, V token is Bifrost the derivative product. So with V token, people can avoid the conflict between DeFi and POS, or we can say post staking. You know, the conflict between two of them is actually a big problem by now. If you do staking in the post blockchain, which means that you pledge your assets under the post blockchain, so you cannot redeem it the uh, until the bounding period has exist, right? So what you can do so what Bifrost can do is provide you an opportunity and to release you a derivative when you are doing staking, and you will get a derivative during the period of bonding period, and you will have chance to do DeFi during this period, and you will have your liquidity uh, of DeFi after we release the V token. So that's the utility of V token.
Okay, some people can swap the BIT token, they can add it to saving accounts, use it as collateral, all the
Yeah,
DeFi functions.
yeah,
Okay,
that's actually future. You know, that's like a future voucher that you can use to do swap and anything you want, uh, like a collateral asset in
okay,
maybe curve or synthetics, but that's a derivative.
okay. And what about the BNC token, the Bifrost token? What's the use for that?
Yeah, that's a very important part of what Bifrost BNC can do. In Bifrost economic model, the native token BNC is deflation mechanism. And since Bifrost does not have the business requirements for node mining, the vast majority of BNC will be obtained through Parachain auction and the derivative casting. The usability of BNC will be reflecting uh, referendum governance slash margin, derivatives liquidity mining, and it can be said that when more and more heterogeneous chain derivatives are assembled in Bifrost in the future, assets with high liquidity requirements will need to pledge BNC to open the liquid derivative market. And Polkadot is a cross-chain collection of heterogeneous chains, and derivative there must be wealthy of usage scenarios, and two complementary aspects will help Bifrost gradually accumulate the solid dips of high quality assets, which will affect the Bifrost long-term development.
Okay. And you mentioned the SAL protocol. Tell us a
Yeah,
little bit about it.
yeah, that's an interesting name, right? The
Yes.
SOP protocol. Yeah, that's a slot auction liquidity protocol and whatever you want to call it. You know, we easily call it SOP. And on the duration of crowd loan, each contributed token through Bifrost SLP will be separated to two derivatives. One is VS token. It represents the utility feature of original token. And the other one is VS bound, which represents the equity feature to receive the Parachain rewards and it record the Parachain lease period. So they will be available on transaction when Parachain lease period starts. The interesting point is that they are different tokens, but with the combination of them both, the underlying token can be fully redeemed as well as unbounding action after the Parachain lease period. You might want to know about why we separate two tokens. It's because the different Parachain lease period and different reverse rules will separate the liquidity, but disrupt the utility for different Parachains will cause a serious problem, the low liquidity, which will hard to form a healthy derivative market in a long way, and low liquidity will crash the experience of derivative users. So as a result, Bifrost separates these two derivatives. With VS token, it can build an aggregative derivative market for all Parachain boundings with high liquidity. With VS bound, it can build a pending order market for Parachain rewards without liquidity. Yeah.
Okay, so people won't have to wait the 48 weeks to
Yeah,
have
sure.
their value, right?
Yeah,
That,
sure.
and did you're using it right now for the Bifrost racing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and would other products can use it in the future, future parachains, or it's only for Bifrost?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it can be used for other power chains, of course, because that when we design the SLP protocol, that's a protocol which can be integrated by different power chains. When Bifrost becomes a power chain, it can be activated by other power chains. For
Okay.
example, if the next power chain want to use Bifrost SLP, what they need to do is to register actually a reward account uh, for users in Bifrost Parachain, and we will have them account and release this reward for the users who have VS Kusama and VS Bound. So that's easily to do the derivative market and aggregate them in an aggregative parachain SLP protocol. So that's a short future after Bifrost becomes a parachain.
Nice. I think that's very interesting for people because they maybe don't want to wait those 48 weeks to have some of their liquidity released.
Yeah.
Yes. And what benefits do the people get if they support Bifrost crowd loan right now?
All right. Yeah, that's a big point. I want to introduce new. Uh, yeah, Bifrost crowd loan has now entered to the auction sprint stage. By now, we just entered to the ending period of fifth parent bounding of Kusama. And and the spring stage, which means the double auction rewards are opening for all voting addresses. The rewards has been increased from 1 Kusama to 11 BNC to 1 Kusama to 22 BNC, and the rewards have increased by up to 200%. the allocation from the allocation form is 50% immediately released, and the other half released in 48 weeks. So during the sprint, the imitation reward rose to 5.5%, and voting greater than 0.1 Kusama through Bifrost's official channel can generate a personal invitation code. The invitation code is really important if you share in the community. There was someone who get actually 5,000 Kusama voted invitation reward after he shared it in your community. Nice. And invite friends to vote, you'll get an additional 5.5% friend bonus, and double reward means that you get the double times of the invitation reward. Actually, I want to introduce there are 4 main benefits or advantages that capture value of BNC. They allow Bifrost to continue to develop healthier. So, which is if you contribute Kusama to Bifrost Parachain, you will get first is the liquidity commission for derivatives, the transfer, transaction, mortgage, and other behaviors in Bifrost network all need to pay a certain commission to maintain the network. So BNC that used to pay commission will be sent to the treasury for future administration of distribution. And the second one is the slash collateral. And the participation nodes will be required to pledge part of BNC to obtain votes from the assets of staking pool, will increase the cost of slash. And the third one is that, as I introduced the SLP protocol, so you can release the liquidity during the bounding period. And the fourth one, as I said, I have to say that the double time reward, that's a big bang for the Parachain reward. If you compare with different Parachains, that's the few Parachains that haven't been listed in exchanges. So Bifrost is one of them, and the expiration of the market cap, you can compare with different Parachain projects, and you might have a prediction about it. So that's all I want to say.
Nice. So yeah, people should get their Kusama to Bifrost if they want to have some BNC doubled.
Yeah, that's plenty of them.
Yes. And I think you answered my last question earlier, but if you can say it again. So you do plan to have a parachain in Polkadot, but first you're gonna unplug from Kusama and then plug to Polkadot, right? You're not gonna have a double mainnet.
Actually, yeah, that's a curious problem. Yeah, it depends on the Polkadot, if the plan A is that if the bridge between Polkadot and Kusama, it can be connected very fluently. So we just only transfer or midnight from Kusama to Polkadot. So that's the easiest way what we can do. So that's plan A. For plan B is that bridge cannot be used after maybe a half of year. And at that time, the VS Kusama and V token of this business has been deployed in Bifrost midnight. And if we want to transfer it, it will actually cost a lot or focusing to build a bridge by ourselves. So we will abandon it, and we will after have the Parachain of Polkadot, and we will running 2 mainnets on Kusama and either on the Polkadot. So that's 2 mainnets running at the same time until the bridge has been fully developed.
Okay, okay. But the token would be the same in both.
Yeah,
Right.
token will be the same.
Okay, nice. Well, I guess you answered plenty of questions people had. I don't know if you want to add something else before we finish this AMA.
Yeah, they actually support Bifrost being a power chain. That's the important thing to open up the derivative market for Kusama and Polkadot ecosystem. We have a plan about the liquidity mining of VS Kusama and VS Bound. So the utility of VS Kusama and VS Bound will be very interesting, and I personally predict that the liquidity mining of Polkadot will be deployed in Bifrost first. So yeah, just be expecting it. I think that's a boom for the DeFi in Polkadot.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. And I don't know if you can tell us where can people find you in Twitter, maybe Telegram. We'll leave
Yeah,
this
just
in the
follow
description.
sorry, just follow our Twitter, Bifrost Finance, and yeah, you can get all the information you want in there.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Matthew. Have a great day.